this year than last year. Our numbers would be much higher if we had more capacity. And the other challenging issue is we only support those who are the most neediest. And what I mean by that is they have to meet HUD's definitions of literal homelessness. So if you are staying in a hotel and you're paying for it, you are very much homeless and you are trapped in that situation, and you make more money, or excuse me, you're paying more money for your hotel than you would paying rent, but you don't have enough money to pay the first month's deposit, the time off of work to take to move everything, all those costs. The cost of the hotel is more than the cost of rent, so you can afford it on a simple P&L statement, but you can't actually meet the criteria, and we can't help you. You're not a client that we can work with, and that's a challenge that we estimate about 30 to 40 families are in that situation, and we absolutely need to support them. Unfortunately, HUD doesn't allow us to do that with our current grants that we get from HUD. We work with only those who are considered literally homeless, meaning they've slept in a car, they've slept outside, someone else has paid for the hotel, they're coming from another shelter, or they're fleeing domestic violence. And even with that limited population, our wait list continues to grow and folks stay longer and longer. So right now we have 6 families because we are, with your support, we have a family next door staying at this location. So now we have capacity for 6, and we have 2 on our wait list as of today, and that changes every day. A little bit about our financial support. Most of our funds are coming from the private sector. We know we can't rely on government for a lot of our operations, and we didn't have an impact of lost government funds earlier this year that was unanticipated. But as you can see, we operate a very lean operation. We only have 3 staff. Our FTE is not quite 3, so it's not even 3 full-time staff. And we ran the entire operation last year at under $200,000. And that includes everything: wages, utilities, all operations were under $200,000, which is extraordinarily lean. This year, we're not far from that as well, where we're still pushing off expenses as we prepare for those loss that we didn't anticipate. The other challenge, much like the families in the hotel, is our P&L statement is okay. We make enough money that we can pay our bills, but when you do rely on government funds, a lot of that is reimbursable and unpredictable when you receive the money. For example, last year we received a grant on July 1, and you're contracted to do services that government can't, shouldn't, or won't, and you fulfill your obligation to do those services, but we didn't get paid back until March. And we don't have the cash flow to help offset those delays or unanticipated challenges with the funds coming in. But you can see this year we've spent about $171,000. Our income was around $180,000. So we're still running in the black, but there's not a lot of space to handle those cash flow challenges. Most of our money is coming from individuals. Churches support us a great deal, as well as corporations. And then we do have government funds, primarily from HUD. I guess all of our funds at this point are from HUD. FEMA was our cut earlier. Our greatest needs right now is to continue our operations. We need to keep the lights on. We need to make sure we can support our staff appropriately. We have, of our 3 staff, we don't pay market rate, and we have staff on vouchers, which is a whole other ethical issue of how are you a housing organization, but your own folks are receiving services. So that's something that we do need to address. We're also facing challenges that we didn't anticipate before. Things like housing vouchers being reduced or running out of them because the supply is not there and the folks in need are greater. Or providing childcare is becoming more challenging. The NPR station said there may not be vouchers issued again until 2027. Well, how do you if you can't get a voucher, how do you get employment? Especially when loss of employment could be the reason why you came to experience homelessness. We also have more barriers with evictions. So evictions, we like to think Monroe County as a peer community, and we often compare Bloomington to the greater Lafayette area, but their eviction rates are almost half of ours. So something's going on that we have a lot more evictions here. And so that's another challenge. The biggest, though, is the childcare. Sometimes it's cheaper not to go to work, or you have to, if you're lucky enough to have a 2-parent household, one parent may have to work days, another parent has to work nights and juggle that. So it's not ideal, but we figure it out. But those challenges are getting greater and greater. And because of that, our wait lists, there are times we would have 5 rooms or only 3 families. That's not happening anymore. We're constantly full. And we don't have there is a warming station if you're an adult. There's not a warming station if you're a child. So if you are, we have 2 families today right now that are on our wait list. I can't tell you where they're staying. I have no idea. In a car somewhere, maybe. The option is to stay in a shelter yourself as an adult and lose custody of your kids temporarily while you wait on our wait list in hopes to get them back when you reunify when you come to shelter, or stay somewhere that's not meant for human habitation, and that's what's happening with our families. So we need to figure out a way to house them temporarily, if that's in a hotel or if that's there isn't a warming station plan like there is for adults. So that's another challenge that is more severe this year and years past.
So you built the facility, and so the rooms are perhaps somewhat larger than you would have in a typical old house or something.
Not really. No, they're pretty small and pretty tight. They're about 13 feet by 13 feet, and they can hold up to 6 folks. And the entire family shares that space. It's a bunk bed that are both full size, if it can fit 2 people each, and then a trundle bed underneath and a roll out twin bed. And that's how we fit a family of 6. And there's very little space beyond that. They have dressers, a desk, and a closet, and that will hold all of their belongings.
And then bathrooms, is there?
The bathrooms are shared. And so it's there are 2 restrooms that are separated by traditional gender, with 2 stalls of toilets, 2 stalls of showers, and then a family restroom that would be used for gender expansive families or families with little ones. It's a more traditional home bathroom with a bathtub. Everything else is shared. The kitchen is shared. The living room is shared. So it's very much communal living, and the only privacy is in that room.
What's the average number of children of the families?
It really varies. Sometimes we have a building full of teenagers, and sometimes we have a building full of infants and everything in between. So it really varies. I would say 2 to 3 kids a household, but there's a lot of single parents with 1 kid, and then we have sometimes families so large that we have to call Monica and say, can we have them next door, because we can't safely keep a family that's 7 or 8 folks in our shelter.
How much did it cost to build the facility?
It was around $700,000 or so. 400,000 came from NCHS, and the rest, I believe, came from tax credits that were part of the North End Community Center at that time when they were developing that. I believe that helped compensate, and those credits were paid off over time. But I believe the cost in 2017 dollars was around $650,000 or $700,000.
Where is it at?
It is next to the North End Community Center and behind Paramount Elementary School.
Okay.
The reason that I invited Stephen today was to introduce him and introduce the family shelter. But we've been talking about how we can support them financially. As Stephen mentioned, there's a cash flow issue with waiting for grants and that kind of thing. So do you want to talk a little bit about the cash flow situation and as far as financial assistance that we had talked about?
So in the past, we had engaged in a service agreement that provided some temporary support while we were supporting a family that was already staying at the shelter house here. As we look at limited resources and forecasts, we're still challenged to know when we're going to receive funding. So we are concerned with, for example, there's a grant that we received this year. It's $45,000. That for us is a very large grant. And that's the grant last year. We didn't get till March. So we don't know when those funds will come. We anticipate that they will come sooner than March, but again, we don't control that process and we don't know. And same with, we get a community development block grant. That's another HUD funded grant that starts in July that we can build back to July, but we have yet to sign a contract we've been awarded, but we've not signed the contract. And again, that process we don't have any control over that. So as we anticipate government funds to come at some point, we don't know when that will be, which means we're challenged to continue meeting our obligations. But that changes daily. So we could have a gift that we don't anticipate, which helps us. And then other times that we don't know when those gifts are coming in. It costs around $15,000 to $17,000 a month to support the operations of the shelter. And that's why the funds, when $45,000, when you're spending around a little over $200,000, that's a big chunk of your operating budget that you can't rely on when it's going to be claimed and received.
And I think we were looking in ballpark 20,000 to get you through the end.
That will take us through the rest of the year. So, and we hopefully claims will come sometime in December or January. I don't think it will be as delayed as previous years, but and it's also not clear if the government shutdown has a direct impact or not as well. Which hopefully that will be a thing of the past.
So do we need a resolution for that?
Not at this time. I just wanted him to come and introduce what he does and who he is and kind of explain kind of the cash flow situation, that tight financial situation. I talked to Rocky to look at our budget and see where we could pull from. And we do have cash available we can draw from. But we need to draw up a service agreement. I just wanted to introduce him to you guys first.
And I would welcome anyone here if they want to take a tour of the shelter. I'd happily provide a tour and see the space, and you can have a better idea of what folks are experiencing and how we make some magic happen with very little resources.
So does this number need to contact to have a tour, or do you have your this?
But that goes to my cell phone.
Okay,
It's our office phone, but I have it as well. So if you're welcome to call that, I'm happy to
okay,
set that up.
okay.
Any other questions for Stephen? He lives in Indianapolis, so.
Yeah. No. Sorry, it's just depressing. Sorry. So I'm like,
There are exciting
I know.
parts. There are
Like,
some
I
joys
know.
that come from.
And I'm just like, oh, how much worse is it gonna get? Like, kind of feeling. So, but
You
thank
get
you
an
for everything you do. Yeah, and I'm glad that we can help in some way.
Yeah, it's just horrible thing.
I know.
Kids that can't go to the heating station.
Yeah.
Is there some reason because of adults? Is that why they can't?
Yeah.
Don't have there's not an organization. We're the only organization serving this population, and we like the capacity.
LTC.
No.
Residential housing.
I don't think it would be safe because of some of the.
Yeah, they
Okay.
take in everybody.
Yeah.
Same at LOM.
And we're very low barrier. I
Yeah.
won't say we're actually low barrier. We do have some restrictions. Our barriers are really around would a reasonable person think you're safe around kids? And we're a place where kids spend the night.
Yeah.
And so we do have some barriers, but as a shelter, we're still very low barrier, but we do
Yeah.
have some restrictions because of youth.
Yeah, you never
Yeah.
know these days.
Mm.
Sad country we're in. Thank you for coming. sir.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you so
Thank you.
much,
I
Stephen.
appreciate the
Follow up
opportunity.
with you.
So
And
drive to back home.
yeah, say hello to Yvonne.
Will do. Thank you.
Yeah.
Take care.
Be safe, okay?
Thank you for coming.
Don't forget your coat.
That's my alarm when I hit the door.
Safe travel.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Board minutes.
It should be in your packet.
Yeah. Fees.
I'm reading the minutes. I do want to give you an update that ordinance passed. The city passed that $500 fine.
I saw that. Yeah. Which I think is good news, right? Like, yeah. So, okay. Anyone else have anything to mention or?
I just talked to Greg Lewis this afternoon about my next door neighbor guy, and he wanted to come over, but he's going to go in. He said that I know this has nothing to do with the minutes, but I see his on there.
Yeah.
He's trying to get insurance because he's got to go to rehab. Somebody called it in that he was selling drugs out of and so his probation officer came and the police came and searched. He's living with his grandma. And I told she lives next door to me, and I told her, I said, you can lose your house or be walked out in handcuffs because it's a house of ill repute or whatever. But they didn't find anything, but they tested him. Judy and I knew that he was on drugs again, but they kept saying no, he wasn't. And you know how they lie. It makes me upset. Because I feel like
Help.
and I fell through. He said, no, I didn't. It was him.
You can't take that on.
Yeah.
But he's got to go to rehab down in Clarksville.
Oh,
So he's going there, he's leaving tomorrow. And so he's trying to, it's emergency Medicaid. But I called Loomis and he said he could help him out, but they've already, I guess, taken care of it. But
okay.
I've been asking him to go to Loomis. He's been there once and I told him to go back. And you can
Yeah.
Yeah.
give water to the horse, but you can't
Yep.
Yep.
lead it to the top.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, it really upsets me.
Oh, he knows Loomis is there, so
Yeah.
in the clinic.
So that's all I got. But
Mhm.
looks good to me. I
All
don't know
right.
if there's any issues you think with the minutes. If not, I make a motion.
Okay.
7 minutes the way they are.
I second. Move to approve. Say aye.
Aye.
All approved. Awesome. Awesome.
I do want to give you, I noticed a note about Monica will inquire where
Oh.
the county has not made opioid settlement funds available for clinic rent. They did, but there wasn't money in there to pay the nurse practitioner.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay.
that's what Loomis was unable to pay
Okay.
the nurse
Yes.
practitioner.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
oh, sorry. So yes, the grant was for rent.
Okay.
So that was paid.
That was paid, but that made it impossible for him to pay for the nurse practitioner. So when we stepped in to pay for the rent, now he's using that opioid settlement money for the nurse practitioner, which technically he's not supposed to, but
Yeah.
I spoke to Lisa Dawn. That's what she
Okay.
told me, that money was supposed to be applied towards rent.
Mm. Okay. Minutes are good. Stat benefits suspension, how'd that go?
Oh my goodness.
That's some good, yeah.
It has been very challenging.
Yeah.
I mean, our intent is good, has
Yes.
been good. We wanted to bridge that gap between the government shutdown and SNAP being suspended. The problem is the volume and the setting it up. And so last year we did some food assistance when there was a power outage.
I remember.
And we worked with Payless, and that worked well. However, this time it has been a real challenge. The checks that we have issued have been declined repeatedly over and over and over again.
Declined by
Well, Payless uses a third-party vendor called Certigay, and so we've been sending lists of checks and the amounts to corporate. They're supposed to share it with their third-party vendor, and there's been issues. So I've been to Payless 4 times today,
Okay.
using our credit card. This last trip, the credit card was declined. I called our credit card company. It doesn't show that it was declined. So I don't know. It's been terrible for the clients. It's been terrible for the staff
Yeah.
and the store. There is a voucher program through Kroger. And so I filled out an application to do the voucher program. I've been waiting to hear on how it works and whether we can do that. But then with the reinstatement of partial SNAP benefits, I said, hey, we're going to stop because it's been such an ordeal.
Yeah.
But we still have checks that we were already in the middle of processing, so I want to honor those.
Yeah.
So I reached out to corporate again. I scanned the checks that got declined and said, hey, these checks didn't go through. My credit card got declined twice, even though I'm showing I have enough credit. And asked them, where are we with the voucher program? Because we need a transfer to that. Because I really thought we could just finish out with the checks and be done. But yeah, it's not looking that way.
We're still going to try to get the voucher program to work.
Yes, I'm hoping.
Future or anything else?
Yeah, and I'm hoping because Brocky says we still have 29 checks that,
Well, 29 individual families who need
Mhm.
checks for, help. But I've written around 140 checks in the last number of days, which is just huge.
That's a lot, yeah.
Yeah,
Are
so
the checks being dishonored, or are they just not being accepted at
Yeah.
the point of sale?
they're, yeah, at the point of sale, they're not.
But we
They're
don't-
not
we don't
able
have
to
a bunch of
process them.
checks that have been returned,
some,
some, and that's,
that's
how's that happen?
well, she goes and gets the checks and uses the credit card. to pay.
Oh, intentionally get them back,
Yeah,
good, good,
yeah.
good. I'm
So
talking
we're
about,
not having to pay
yeah, I'm talking
penalties
about.
or anything.
No, so what
Oh,
happens?
yes.
Yeah, so what happens, the client calls me, they're at the store, I run over there. I've been using the credit card, I get the check back. But there's also been issues of a balance left. So then I bring it back, then I give it to Rocky and I'm like, can you make out a check for the balance? It's been a nightmare.
And they can't tell you why it's declined the credit.
There are some fraud features that this
Yeah.
third-party vendor uses, but that's why we've been sending them lists of names, check amounts, to get it cleared.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel
Um,
your pain because I've had the same thing with my charge card, and it's a pain in the ass. You call with my card, it's set up that fraud checks it, and they, like I told you a while back, they let a $4,000 or $150 go through just with the credit card number down in
Yeah,
Versailles, Indiana. And I said, why did you do that? They have no reason. And then same way with denying my credit card or declining it. They don't have no clue.
well, when I called, because I called the credit card when I came back and I said, hey, this was declined twice. And they said, we don't show that it's been declined.
So
Yeah.
it's all Payless or Kroger or the third party or whatever.
Yeah,
So with the voucher system, that's a different way. Like, is it?
so
Because I would want to simplify this and maybe like go get some gift cards and then or you can't do
SBOA
that?
looks down on gift cards. We had
That's a problem.
a meeting with the ITA.
That
Yeah,
sucks.
ITA said, do not use gift cards.
And is it kind of a problem with using credit card too? Is the SBO
No, as long as we have a credit card
Okay.
statement and a
Are they
receipt.
worried about it being sold? Or
So, because you can't factor in like, how much, because we don't see the receipt. We
Yeah.
don't see what it was spent on. I guess that's the crux of it.
well, I meant like for specifically Payless. I guess if to put stipulations, making sure they're buying food or I don't know,
Yeah, yeah.
but God forbid. Oh God, what a mess. Sorry.
Yeah, and we had
But-
a client
yeah.
go off on the staff today. She went off on the person at the store. I was already at the store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I can
unacceptable.
understand it all, I've been, like going through that. And you have the money. You got the money right there. What the hell? Sorry. What the
Yeah.
hell's going on?
It is I
feel
completely
your pain,
understand.
yeah.
It's frustrating,
Yeah.
but also, they don't need to be yelling at the
No.
staff or,
Especially when we're doing-
yeah.
When you're helping.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've been telling the clients like today they had carts full of groceries that they had to leave behind. 'Cause-
Yeah.
And I said, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I asked the staffer at Payless, I'm like, what do I do? And
Yeah.
she's like, I don't know.
They can put it in the cooler and redistribute it again.
Yeah.
Except that they put, if they, there's certain aspects, if they pick it up and use it or touch it at all, they can sell it again.
No.
I'm not worried about the food. I'm worried about the people
Well,
and
Mhm.
why this is so frustrating.
Yeah.
Like it's your
Yeah.
fault that you can't sell
Yeah. Well,
a cart full of food.
and
Like
Monica here had to go through all this. guys
Yeah.
Still. And
Yeah, having to tell people like,
yeah, and how
I'm
sorry.
disappointing. Yeah.
I'm so sorry, you know.
Yeah.
we gave
I'm
it to
sorry.
you and
That
it
sucks.
got taken away.
Yeah.
How
So,
frustrating.
We just
So-
gotta keep on the fight.
Yeah. I emailed corporate and I was like, can we just switch to this voucher program? Because the checks are not
Yeah.
working.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Okay.
Yeah.
So
So
hopefully-
Troy Lewis one of the CEOs Payless or Kroger, so maybe he's the ones that dine this stuff.
I think it's the
Yeah.
Sertigi, Sertigi,
So-
whatever.
So how much was dispersed, what's the
Rocky.
Bottom line. Well, I don't know, I have it in there, I don't, if it's around $17,000 that are on the paperwork that I've got sitting on my desk that I have not cut
So
checks
that's-
for, okay?
ish?
Okay, but the total amount is just under $55,000.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
17,000's not done.
Not even touched yet.
So out of
maybe
55,000,
38,000, something like that.
so
we
the
cut out.
55,000 that's out, how many of that's been rejected?
What-
Do you know?
It's more like, the only thing I can track is what's been accepted,
Okay.
because it comes into the bank. And then
Okay,
it
and how
comes
much
in a day or
has been-
so later as far as it goes. And, with the new system that we've got, we're supposed to be entering in all the checks. And I've been running extra pages of them so that I can then go enter. I haven't had time to put them in yet.
Yeah.
And so, but the fail safe with the system is that if the checks are coming in, I have the option of approving them. And they come in, and I'm waiting for that to happen. But
So you don't.
because the first series of checks, the first 3 days of checks, I got those entered in for the 4th, 5th, and 6th. The 7th, forget that. Everything beyond that is still sitting like this.
So you don't know how much is
Well,
went through because
not deposit, no, not totally.
Yeah.
I mean,
you
it's
know,
always enrolling. It's always, they've accepted some checks. They declined
Yeah.
others. Some people are making it, and so it's been a daily struggle to say how much have we issued out. Let me look it up, so.
So in
Awesome.
total, we're looking at 55,000 and we're looking at 91 families,
and they had no reason why they're rejecting them.
Well,
other than it's a third-party system. But
That's
Yeah.
we thought they'd take the excess money, you have a check for $120, you spend, you buy $100, you get $20, is that gonna go on the gift card? Ends up, no, we thought it was, no, it's not. They have to buy exactly what they need, or buy more,
Yeah.
and then take the whole amount.
So that's
Yeah.
over 550,000, or $550 per family
mhm,
on average.
on average.
Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, okay.
So
Oh, wow.
we
Yeah.
don't know what's coming in the next year.
We don't.
It would be my inclination to be a bit more cautious on amount, because if there are how many SNAP recipients in the township? 1,000,
Yeah, I think 8,000.
then 3,000 probably.
Brandy had told me 8,000.
Yeah,
Her-
okay.
Her sister works at the food stamp office.
Well,
She
that
works-
number was in the, yeah, I put it in.
Oh, the link I shared with you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it was many thousands.
Is that in the county, you said?
No,
it's
in the township.
In the township?
So scale would have been just very easily could have been overwhelmed, not to
It
say
is
that that
overwhelmed.
you were
We
overwhelmed.
are overwhelmed.
You are
Yes,
overwhelmed.
we are overwhelmed.
I work 20 hours a week. I work 30 and a half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's basically, everything we've been doing has been food stamps.
Yeah.
The past 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
I mean, it has taken over everything. We have lines out the door before we open. We try to close for a little bit just to get a lunch break and some breathing room.
Yeah.
And there's lines, waiting for us to open. And today I had a couple people waiting before we open, and I asked them, "Are you here to apply for food assistance?" And they said yes. And I said, "I'm sorry, we're no longer doing that." But Monday, I mean, I had a line. It's just
We
been,
were killed money.
So, if some, if something else like this happens where there's just this overwhelming need and the trustee is the last kind of, or is, can be part of the solution. I think it would, I would appreciate maybe having an emergency session to get input from the board. Just because it is such a monumental, this was a
Yeah.
monumental task.
yeah,
Oh.
Yeah,
that's-
that- for
And,
sure.
and
Yeah,
if this had gone on longer,
yeah,
it could easily have, I mean, $600 a pop for 6,000. I mean, it would have just
yeah, I know. Yeah,
ballooned out of.
I know. Yeah. No, I agree to that. Yes.
I would like to point out one thing. One of the reasons we have rainy day is to cover situations like this. And the idea of people targeting our money is kind of absurd to me. Because if we didn't have that put away for these types of things, and they want to take it from us, we wouldn't have been able to help anybody.
Well,
I
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Susan's just asking that I call an emergency.
No, I got that right.
Work
So,
meeting.
yeah, just to try to maybe understand like how that number, how was that determined? Like what,
Sure.
like what was the process like? Like, you know, like, was it like you looked at what they got from SNAP and tried to match that, or
Mhm,
okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we're looking at their portal, or we ask them
And
to
that
bring
might
in
be
their
not- And
eligibility
unfortunately,
letter.
that just might not be something that's sustainable for us. We could maybe cover a percentage. I don't know, but that's scary to think if this happened longer. And I mean, it's probably going to happen more, unfortunately. So I know we want to
Yeah.
fill it, but we got to maybe because there were other like places helping fill gaps too. So I don't know what to do. This sucks.
So they gave you no idea how long it would take for the voucher program to go into?
No, I filled out the application on Friday.
Yeah.
And, but I thought, Monday, when I got home, I'd already gotten notice that SNAP would be reinstated, at least partially.
Yeah.
So then I was like, well, we'll just,
Well,
finish up and be done. But
But it'd be nice if we could get that voucher program
In place.
Yeah. So it
Yeah,
takes away a
for
lot
sure.
of the headache. Yeah.
Because you
Yeah.
never know with.
yeah,
what
I
we
mean, they
got.
assure me it'll be a more streamlined
Yeah.
program if
Yeah,
we do this
with-
voucher.
With our Congress and senators, they don't give a rat's ass
Yeah.
about any of us.
Yeah.
And with this being this long, they want to bicker over stuff,
I know, that's why I was trying to bridge this gap to get
Yeah.
people through, but
Yeah.
It's
hard.
It's a shame,
And some townships didn't even do it, right?
no, I have a distribution list of all the townships. I emailed all the townships and asked them if they wouldn't help, and I didn't get a single response.
Wow.
Angel is helping because
Yeah,
we've been
I saw.
talking.
Yeah, you guys have been.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've been talking from the beginning, and then I reached out to Jim Slavin because he's got the second largest need.
See, crickets.
Well, I spoke to him. I called him directly and I said, Jim, will you help? And he said they're doing handouts of the local food pantries. They didn't budget for this. That's his response.
Wonder what their budget looks like.
I think he
Are there rainy day
budgeted.
fund?
I haven't looked at the rainy day fund, but I know he said he upped his assistance last year to this year. But I think they only budgeted like less than 40,000.
Yeah.
in assistance.
Crazy.
But yes, I will do that in the future, any emergency. I
Yeah,
was
I
just
guess-
wanting to move
I
fast.
get it. Yeah, because
And
it's scary.
It was
Yeah.
very frightening.
Yeah.
So how long was it that delinquent there, the SNAP?
So we started that November 3rd, that last month. Yeah, basically a week ago.
It's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah.
And all we gotta do is try. It's all we can do.
Yeah. But yes, I will.
Sorry that it was so difficult for all of you.
Yeah, continues to be, but we'll get through it.
Yeah.
And again, lessons learned.
Yeah.
So
But,
Yeah.
you know, if there's anything we can do, like Susan said, have a special session.
Mhm.
We could figure it
yeah,
out.
I will call on you guys to do a special session if this comes up again, but
Yeah.
knock on wood.
If you're gonna call one the 10th of December, I won't be here. I'm going back to North Carolina. It's my granddaughter's 6th birthday.
Okay.
That's awesome.
So, but
Oh.
you know,
I hope we don't have another emergency by then. So, you know. So.
Yeah, I don't think I can
Yeah, I know.
survive
I
it.
know. We need to close out this year. Just
You're not talking about a closed session. You're just talking about an emergency.
yeah, just
Mhm.
any. I mean,
Okay.
anything.
Yeah, any kind of emergency
Anything
like
that's gonna
this.
cause a big amount of money.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, you're fine. Okay.
you know, it's just that we're just doing it, and then they want to shove it back at us that they don't want to honor anything we do.
Oh,
It's
with
frustrating, yeah.
Payless, yeah,
For
it's a little
sure,
bit
for
more
sure.
difficult.
Yeah.
And that's the only grocery store we got in town, other than the one over.
Yeah,
The
I mean,
small
we could have used Meijer maybe or Walmart. I
Yeah.
just, Kroger is like it's groceries, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know what would be the-
When did you stop? Yesterday?
Yeah, so basically we're just processing what people applied on Monday, right?
Yeah,
We're just
everything.
processing.
It took me till today to get all the checks got for everything last week. That was today getting it done, and now I've got just Mondays
Mhm.
that were approved.
Yeah.
Okay. Direct.
That was 1 week.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I'm only-
Yeah, it's Monday.
Yeah,
Monday to
we
Monday,
stopped.
yeah.
felt longer than
Or
that.
tomorrow, Tuesday.
I can't
Tuesday's when
imagine.
she stopped.
Yeah.
Well,
Tuesdays
we're
when you
here.
stop.
We
here.
were closed for
Oh,
Veterans.
Veterans Day.
Monday
Okay.
night is when we heard that
Okay, so
That
the
was
governor
coming
was
back.
issuing partial.
Actually, it's Wednesday you stopped then.
Basically, he's just processing Monday's applications.
Okay.
Because you sent us all an email or text.
I
Yeah.
think it was,
Yeah, you
Monday
sent,
or
you sent it
Tuesday.
Monday
yeah,
at 5:21. Partial
Yeah.
SNAP benefits start tomorrow week or going.
Yep.
Stop with food assistance.
Yeah.
yeah.
Took an hour just to fill out checks for, rentals and pay bills, our bills.
Yeah.
That was what,
Okay. Health insurance update?
So we switched from a traditional model to an ICRA, which is individual. God, I looked it up. It's like basically it's we shop on the marketplace for insurance,
Okay.
and so it's supposed to save the township money. So that's the new model that we switched to. It started November 1st.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to sign my benefits too.
Yeah. So
It was fun. Okay.
So
Well-
the insurance, have you seen what the premiums are gonna be? It is,
yeah, we have the premiums already. It's comparable to what we were paying with Anthem.
it's overall less.
Overall less.
Even what we're
Everything,
contributing
like-
is less.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it less coverage
Uh,
of things?
Well, with Rose, because she gets Medicare, they're not they're not willing to provide our insurance directly, but we can reimburse her. And it sounds complicated, so she's like, I'm not even gonna mess with it.
Okay. All right.
So you change, so you switch to,
We basically went from Anthem to Ambetter is the provider.
Okay.
that sounds a little.
And better?
Yeah, I am better.
I'm better.
I'm better.
I'm better.
Additional appropriation requests?
Is this where we need to?
Have a public hearing, has that been passed out?
This guy?
It's in the packet.
Great. So
Oh, that's the
let's,
snap.
additional appropriations, actually additional money being brought forward from those various areas.
And this is the thing we've been talking about several
Yes.
times. We just actually have
Yes,
the final
to
paper.
kind of transfer
Yeah, the money
towards
that we
the end of the
needed.
year.
Okay.
Yeah. You get it.
And so,
Okay.
in order to do it, there needs to be a public hearing, and I assume that publication was
Yes.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Publication was
Allows
done.
the-
We
to-
approved.
come forward and
Last year.
state what they think about this. So if you wouldn't mind going ahead and just opening the public hearing, and you can do that by vote or just by consent, as long as no one objects, you can declare that open for public hearing, see if there's any public input, and close it. Close
Okay,
it after the public input is finished.
okay, I'm opening the meeting up for public input.
We got anybody online?
No.
Okay,
Okay,
Wow.
and now,
you're welcome to close it.
okay, I'm closing.
So this is a public hearing before that happened, but
This is a public meeting,
um,
as with every meeting that ever occurs in the state of Indiana for everybody, for everything. And
Yeah.
then you have the public hearing. It's unfortunate that the word, or the terms are so close, because a public hearing has that specific meaning that has to be published. It's only done for certain purposes, and the public has the right to speak. Public meetings, public doesn't have a right to speak. Now, you can allow them as the board,
Yeah,
but, and most people do, but you don't have to. Public hearing, the purpose of it is public comment.
okay.
Well, that's what we just did. We just did a public hearing within a public meeting.
Public, yeah. Is that tornado watch and tornado warning kind of thing?
Yeah.
Which one is the
I
one
don't
you got in your
know. I'm
basement?
just like
Look out the window or hide under the
yeah,
bed.
exactly. Yeah. Okay. So
And so then a motion second and
okay
vote on the resolution itself.
I make a motion to accept.
to accept. Okay, I second or do you second? Okay. All approved. Say aye. All right. Motion approved.
45,000. Oh,
Oh, you got.
2025-14.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's 14.
Here's
And
the 12.
any of them, how many do you want signed?
I need two. One
Okay.
to upload a
There's one for
gateway,
you.
one for our
There you go.
records.
There's a line on the other
Oh,
side.
yeah, that's right.
It's an official.
Thank you.
Fancy.
Find the right line, right? Okay, you got it.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna have to be-
Okay.
There we go, man.
Oh, I do want to tell you, Wabash is still doing food allotments, food assistance,
Oh, okay. Wabash.
because they've been doing weeklies. Like I did the whole month.
Okay.
So, but he's doing
Oh, okay.
weeklies, so
they
Oh,
have
yes.
a much smaller.
much smaller.
Much smaller.
They're actually shopping with the client, like online, and then putting it on a credit card.
Oh,
Um,
Wow,
but
interesting.
Online.
I-
There you go.
Like a
Yes.
grocery pickup kind of deal.
yeah,
Okay.
but there's no way that with the volume of
No, you
folks.
couldn't do that.
That's really weird.
Yeah, and we talked about it at ITA how that could work. For smaller townships, yeah, but
But not with.
I think they had
Your
done like
volume.
10.
Oh wow. Okay.
They probably have done more.
Yeah, you can imagine, you've got 3 people online doing shopping.
Oh, my
Mhm.
That's
goodness.
all you do all day.
Yeah,
Oh, I need a
Oh,
copy.
you can't
And do you
get
need a
that
copy, or we need two? What do we?
you'll need a copy,
Okay,
and I'll
that's
need a
what I thought.
copy. Yeah.
Okay.
it almost seems like it would have made sense to somehow work with the food bank and shovel money to them, because they are set up to move food.
Yeah, but all these trips I've been making to Payless, they have a huge line before they even open. And it's not, yes, you can go and shop.
At the Saves a Lot.
Hmm?
At the Saves a Lot, you mean?
Yes,
Yeah.
at the fresh market.
Where-
Yeah.
at the-
But it's not,
Yeah.
like, you're not going to find baby food
Yeah.
or
Right.
baby
It's what's
formula.
donated or what
No,
they have.
they purchase
Yeah,
it.
they
They
purchase it, yeah.
purchase it. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
almost, so here's the thing, it was an emergency situation.
Yes.
And to make the funds go, so people wouldn't go hungry, because
Yes.
bottom line,
Correct.
to say, I think talking with the food bank, to say, if we run into this again,
Well, I talked to them. I met with food finders. I met with Anhead. We all, and Kiera was the first one I called.
Yeah.
Like, how do we work? But everybody's doing food drives. And so I talked to them about helping our township resident. They were thrilled because they want us to give people money so they can buy groceries.
Yeah.
It takes some pressure off them. But,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, the volume they're seeing, I'm
but
telling you,
it's
I've
not
seen a huge one.
scalable. It's just not scalable.
It's not
No.
scalable, but the point was to try and help people quickly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I get
But
it.
yes, again, lessons learned.
But if this had gone on, you guys would have just been, boom, we can't do this. You
Yeah.
kind of were there already. So it's almost like we need a plan that is scalable, and
Mhm.
to say we're gonna make sure people have food.
Yeah. But I do agree with your point, and that's something I considered too, is when we stop, we just need to give money to food finders and let them deal with it.
Yeah.
But they were also, you know, dealing with this situation that, you know, they haven't seen since COVID.
Yeah.
Right.
And even then they were getting extraordinary funds, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We drove by there quite a bit. Tonight, it was just jam packed.
Yeah, I was there before a little bit. They open at 1. I was leaving there
But
around
that's
that
not
time.
their only, see, they do have, you know, just drive by and pick up bag and say, okay,
Are
we're
they doing that anymore?
gonna.
No.
They're not doing those anymore.
Well, but
Yeah.
here's the thing, this is an extraordinary situation. And it needs. Yeah,
Yeah.
and you jumped in,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
do
And
what I can.
yeah, and something I talked to Kiera about, because during COVID, we had a mutual aid group, and Kiera was like, it would be great if we could reactivate that program. And I reached out to RM.
They won't do it.
They didn't respond.
Yeah, they won't.
Yeah.
It got, I think, pretty scary towards the end.
Who's
So
on?
yeah. They helped run the mutual aid group in Lafayette
During COVID.
during COVID, and it was very successful. I think
Super.
over $70,000.
Mhm.
Who is RM?
They're
They're an
just a
activist.
community member.
What's RM stand for?
I don't know anymore. Yeah. But RM, that's what they go by now. Yeah, it was good. It just kind of got, because it was a Facebook group, people would donate money and they would, I need this much for rent or I need this for groceries. And it was all done through PayPal, I think.
Yes,
it was
there was a
it
PayPal
was a
poll.
community based, like
Yeah.
there was a group. It was very extraordinary, but it got overwhelming.
I bet.
And it got like, it just, I think, yeah.
Yeah, so I reached out to RM. I was
Yeah.
like, can we reactivate this? Didn't get a
Yeah.
response.
I think it just got a little scary. at the
And I
end,
think
yeah.
too, with food finders, they're overwhelmed by the support too,
Yeah.
because everybody's calling and saying, "What can we do? What can we do? What
Here's
can
what
we
you
do?"
can do.
Well,
And-
and I think they need to think it through then as well.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
it needs to be, we go to when we have if we have this level of need again, we need to have a streamlined, we get people basic food stuff. And in some ways, I see that as preferable because what percentage of calories in our diet is ultra processed foods? And so if you know,
Yeah,
They
our
can
point is,
come up
we
with-
just want to feed
Yeah.
everybody, you know,
Yeah.
I get it.
processed, not
I
processed,
get it.
whatever.
I
We
get
just
it.
want people to be fed.
Yeah.
exactly, but
Yeah.
there needs to be thought given to, we run into this again, because if it hadn't, if the 7 senators hadn't,
Changed over.
7 or 8, yeah,
Eight
flip.
and whatever.
8 hadn't flipped,
Mhm. I know, we'd still be in it.
we'd still be in it. And guess what? We're still gonna be, families that can't, insurance is gonna put more families out of their housing because, it's just gonna be, Hellish.
It's a no-win situation.
it's a no-win
And-
situation.
And the family, I still had a stack of applications from Monday that we didn't process. And I called those families and I said, I'm sorry, we stopped doing the food vouchers because of the partial issuance. And I had a woman say to me, it's not enough to feed my family. I have 3 kids and I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
And that's the worst feeling in the world to say, I can't, I'm sorry. You
Yeah.
can go to Lum, get a $25 gift card.
Mhm.
You can go to the fresh market, but I cannot help you.
Yeah.
The thing of it is, with a lot of these people, it's on food stamps or whatever. They don't know how to fix what, if you gave them potatoes and sweet potatoes and they don't have a clue how to do it.
I don't know. I don't talk
So,
to
you know,
every
processed
single one.
foods,
It's a
they're basic.
quickie. Hmm.
and I know that's not good for anybody, but
Yeah.
it's food
Yeah.
at a certain level.
Well, and I think, I'm not sure that your perception that people don't know how to cook a potato.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, okay, you get
Microwave.
roast beef, what are they gonna do with that? There's a lot of
Well,
people.
yeah,
don't know how to
I
do
wouldn't
that.
know what to do with roast beef, so, I'm in the same boat.
Yeah. But yes, but a lot of lessons learned, but I take your point. I'll come to the board for an emergency meeting and probably just do a service agreement with Food Finders. And
Yeah.
I reached out to the chief and we're gonna do a food drive at all the stations, all the fire stations. So
Cool.
And then next door,
they have the
so-
St. Anne's, they do a
So, you know,
soup
we can
kitchen.
check with
Yeah.
different ones to see if they need
Yeah.
assistance.
Well, I thought about, walking over there, but I haven't been I've been running around here.
You've been trying to
I think
get
they're
it
good.
started.
They're pretty good.
They are
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, I was envisioning we were gonna start doing our own soup kitchen here
Yeah.
too.
I think the
You're crazy.
church does a good job.
I don't
Yeah.
have any time to do a soup
Yeah.
kitchen.
It's, anything we do to help out, but sometimes we're overwhelmed by doing what we want to do.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely stymied.
Okay. Finances.
I put a year to date on all the funds. And then Trust Indiana statements, we have not reconciled for October because that was that switch from Anthem to Ambetter, and we were
Okay.
still waiting to get the premium costs, the breakdown for the employees. So we have not reconciled for October.
Okay.
The employee is given an access.
So we're on finances?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm having a hard time.
I'm sorry, you have a Trust Indiana statement
Okay.
in your file. We have not reconciled for October.
Is it-
Right.
Yes.
For, First Merchants, we haven't reconciled First Merchants. Because, I don't know if you have a statement for both of those, you should, I think I've done it, but, I have not been able to get, I was trying to get to it and I got buried.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
We did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, when I get that, you'll have 2 reconciliations next month. From,
First Merchants.
Okay.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
I have one thing I like, that you just did the funding of the money. We were down to $13,000 in, general fund. You said you bordered in the 45,000.
Okay. We're fine now, like with that.
14,000.
Okay.
There was a transfer of funds, was all it took.
Yeah, the additional.
What
The
did you say?
additional appropriation.
Oh, it was the additional
Yeah,
appropriations
that's
you
what-
needed,
yeah, yeah, the-
but that was just accounting. It wasn't that, there wasn't the money, it's that,
I would have had to stop writing checks out of the general fund, period. I couldn't write anything else.
No,
Well,
Susan's saying we have cash reserves though.
Yeah.
That's what we were
right, the
getting
checks
to.
don't come out of the general fund, the checks come out of the bank.
Correct.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
couldn't appropriate anything out of the general fund. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's accounting, that's.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that has been, yeah.
Well-
Yep.
Well, without the appropriation, I couldn't pay salaries for the rest of the year.
Well,
But we have.
But we
the-
have the cash is what
Right,
we're
yeah,
saying.
right.
Yeah,
that was the,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the gist.
it just would have been contrary to rules, it wouldn't have been.
Yeah, to the appropriated budget. Yeah.
Any questions or concerns? Comments?
We're just trying to finish up the year.
Yeah. Same. Okay. Cards for keeps?
You met Corey Shively last month
Uh-huh.
and you really appreciated the program. So we drew up a service agreement. I am asking for $40,000 so he can buy at least get 4 more cars to give out to families. Not give out, but
Okay.
help support other families.
Where's
It
that
is a
come from?
one-time
Yeah.
agreement. It's not meant to be a ongoing sustaining.
I don't think we could. Where's this? Is this for next year or, this is for
It's for this year.
this year? Okay. Where's this coming from then? Okay. So then will we have to do,
No,
No,
you guys already did,
there's already money in the sections that take the money from.
okay,
We are gonna move money next month inside the fund, but it's already there for right now.
yeah, you guys appropriated 300,000 earlier this year.
I remember that. That was, we were gonna
Yes,
do that
property.
for another thing, okay.
So you need motion or anything?
Sure.
I make motion to it. We don't have to sign that. That's just-
No, I sign it. Yeah,
And you just authorize her signature of the agreement.
Alright, I second her. I know.
Okay, that's for the cars for
Okay.
keeps.
Yeah. We have him
I
present.
say we have a termination there, that's a good thing.
yeah. This is the one time. But he said he fell out of his chair when I told him how much I thought we could contribute.
So, is there a vote on that? Or just, yeah,
I'm
approve?
waiting for Susan to catch up.
Thank you.
Okay.
You,
I second it. I made a motion.
or you made a motion, you said you approve, I second. All approve, say aye, alright. We are approved.
So if I remember right, he checks all the cars out before they purchase them.
Yeah.
I can't remember, do they get them locally or do they go down to the?
He's got that like special, he goes to like that auction, remember he was talking about?
Yes.
Down between here and Indianapolis.
Yeah, when you drive by, that big lot of cars, that's where I'm assuming it
White
is, so,
Valentine's, okay.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
he gets like he can get better deals going
Yeah.
to that thing because he said he had to buy like some sort of license to do it. So
Yeah, you gotta get a license,
Mhm.
like a car.
Yeah.
dealer.
Yeah.
well, I mean, having especially in this town, unfortunately, having a car for a job is necessary, especially
Yeah.
with how our
especially-
buses are
Yeah, they're
are
cutting
being right now, unfortunately.
cutting roads. And, yeah.
So yeah.
Not bragging or anything, but today we eat out way too much, but we was busy today and we went to McDonald's for dinner. And we saw this lady coming from where the Mexican, it's on 52.
Yeah.
There's
Mama
that-
Inez.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
We saw this black lady come walking across there and I opened the door and let her in and she got into the middle there and she said, I thought she was gonna ask for money and she said, can you give me a ride? At Ferry Street in Erie.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
sure. So I said, you want to take her now or before we eat? And I said, or after we eat, let's do it now. So she went and get it. Why she was over there and then she had all her stuff
Mhm.
in McDonald's. So it took her a little bit to get her stuff and got her in the car. At one time she had 9 kids. Her husband, they came from Chicago, but I think what I understood from Mississippi or whatever. And her daughter went to Purdue, and then she ended up dying for some reason. And her husband, not a very nice person, apparently. He works at Caterpillar, but he's not nice to her, and it breaks my heart. And she was very happy that we took her down there. And,
Yeah.
I don't, I'm not saying to be bragging about it. I'm just saying that, my wife said, well, you did your good deed for the day.
Mhm.
You just gotta, it makes you want to cry that there's people that, it's going to be a long walk for to way down there.
Yeah.
With all her
It's
stuff.
about
Yeah.
2 or 3 miles down there.
Hmm.
But it's what our society and our city is now.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for taking care of her. parent.
I know. I wish this was around when we had that one car that was just like we had to figure out what to do with. Remember?
Yeah.
And that
We
was
sold it.
how long ago does that feel like? It feels like it was so long ago, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't very long ago.
I know.
Somebody else too.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Okay.
bringing that up. That
I was just thinking we had a car that we were like, what do we do with this car? And this would have been
Yeah,
a perfect
I-
thing, you know?
Mhm.
But
Think crossed my mind.
yeah. Okay. Trustee report.
Yeah, so bit of a dip in October, and of course you see 0 for food assistance there because it's not something that we typically do, as you know.
Yeah.
But as far as requests, they were the same October and August.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, you can see that. We didn't have a,
Utilities dipped though. But
yes.
we knew that was kind of gonna happen.
Yes,
right?
we've been sending folks to Area 4,
Yeah.
and that's I'm on the board for Area 4, and even despite the government shutdown, they still had $1 million left over from last year's funding
Okay.
that
so they were,
that they're applying to this year's.
okay.
So if they don't spend it in the year, do they lose that?
Mhm.
Do they lose that money? Because a lot of times,
Yes, I know. No,
good.
they did good. We didn't have a workman's comp issue. Actually, a couple here in the last 6 months with the same employee. So, one was his shoulder. So he's getting an MRI or got an MRI for that. And then here recently, he sliced his thumb and had to get 4 stitches. Yeah. So, the whole SNAP benefit assistance. Food pantry, I've tripled our order. That's also gone like crazy. People
Okay.
are emptying out the food pantry. So I've ordered more food. We got the plaques for Digby and the columbarium. The Digby plaque turned out to be too large for the cemetery, so it's going to go downtown.
Okay.
So it's still going to be in Fairfield. It's just going to be outside the cemetery.
Okay.
It's just basically a historical record of
Okay.
Digby for the bicentennial. And then I'm sending. Not yet, but the city picked it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is it like one of those ones that's on a pole? Like
Yeah.
that? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sending our maintenance crew for continuing education. That's something Larry Rose has really kind of gotten on me about. Is we need to train them, and so they're doing some trainings with Purdue Extension on turf
Okay.
and
Tree Lafayette? Larry from Tree Lafayette?
Larry Roses.
Larry Rose is from Tree Lafayette.
Okay.
He's always telling me they're mowing too short,
Oh.
or they're doing this, or
I
so
got my
he's-
trees.
he's like, you need to send them to this training. So,
That's funny.
so,
He's such a funny guy.
so I'm sending them to the training.
Okay.
We we invested in a stamp machine because we were buying, stamps.
Oh.
No. Not all the time, but frequently enough, it just makes more sense to
Oh, like
invest
one
in
of
a
those.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like we were getting like a vending machine for
No,
stamps.
no,
because
no,
it was one
no,
thing
no,
we
no.
could buy.
One of the ones
It's
that
like, okay,
stamps
sure.
are-
Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's probably handy for sure.
Yeah. And then as part of the SNAP benefit assistance, I did interviews with the JNC and Dave Bangor. And
Okay.
so I reached out to Bangor and told him we weren't doing food assistance. He's asking me for numbers. So I said, we're
We'll get
trying
into
to
them. Okay.
get them.
I think that's important. To
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell him to talk
Mhm.
about and release. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll.
Mhm.
Someone won't be happy, but yeah. Okay.
I attended the Diversity Roundtable. We participated in the Senior Expo again this year. Rocky and I did a payroll training. So our payroll company got bought out by another company.
Okay.
And so we went to that training.
Okay.
I volunteered for Detrash the Wabash. They had me over here by the Renew Lafayette. And then I did some political things, No King protests. I went to visit the college stems. Went to Area 4 board meeting. That's where I learned about the EAP, the Energy Assistance Program.
Mhm.
It's still active, at least for our area,
Cool.
which I'm very thankful for.
Yeah.
But they have funds. I mean,
They had that.
yeah.
That-
They got the $1
that
million
pool.
that they have left over from last year.
Yeah. But yeah, that'll.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, I think
Yeah.
they
But
spent.
it can only be applied for the winter months, is that?
that like
Correct.
November till
Yeah,
May
November
or
or
March.
I think March.
Yeah, March.
Mhm.
Because you're still getting energy assistance,
A couple,
utility
yeah.
assistant requests.
For October, but we not
Not as many.
here in November and even towards the end of October, we were like, you need to apply
Sure.
because the application opened October 1st, but the
Okay.
funding comes through November 1st. Met with our insurance broker. That's when we switched to the ICRA. And then the Homeless Prevention Intervention Network, met with John Collier, who is retired. And then we did the Housing Stability Task Force. Brandy and I sat in on that. Went to a county commissioner meeting and did the food assistance meeting with LUM, food finders, and Angel.
Yeah.
And you did that like,
Yeah, we were meeting maybe the Friday before or something, like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Okay,
What are
yeah.
we gonna do? And so LUM, because we were helping, they weren't gonna help Fairfield Township residents
Oh.
because they did not want to, duplicate.
Oh.
and they were giving out $25 gift card, what?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I let them know Monday, like, okay, we're out. I texted Wes, I texted Kier,
Yeah.
and I was like, hey, we're out, we're done.
Yeah.
And so then they said, we'll extend the $25 gift cards to Fairfield Township residents.
Oh, okay. Now I see what you're saying. Okay,
Mhm.
cool.
Yep. So that
Okay.
is
Busy month.
I have a question. about
Yes, sir.
Food pantry. So do they have to, can they just go in and get it, or they have to?
here.
Yeah, I see it there at the end of the hallway. Do they?
They can just go get it.
Okay, so they
Yeah.
don't have to ask to get it.
No.
Okay. And they can take as much as they want.
Mhm.
Okay, it's fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, it's a tiny one, you know,
Yeah.
it's not-
Yeah.
but
The bookshelf, yeah.
yeah.
That's fantastic. Never done that before.
Yeah, and I've also been diversifying, getting some feminine hygiene products because that's something that our
Smart, yeah.
clients have asked for. So try to get a little bit of that.
And this is what you talk about, the month end balance.
Yes, this is actually year to date, so you can see disbursements and receipts. And then I did upload the credit card statement late, so it's in your file in your OneDrive.
Like our online packet.
And
Okay.
it shows Charles's credit card first and then mine. so
Okay.
you'll see it. That's all I have.
So is Dan, is he still associated with this, or he's done?
Yeah.
I've been aiming to call him, to see how you heard how he's doing.
Did he move? Is that what he's just said? He said he was
He's going to
retiring and
Delphi or
moving?
something.
He was renting an apartment in Delphi to clean
Okay.
out his house, but
Okay.
So you don't know if his house is done. I need to call him.
Yeah, I haven't heard a thing.
Yeah.
I need to call him, see how he's doing.
All right. Trustee report. Any public comment? Probably not. Any other comment?
we have our Day of the Dead, first one ever.
Yeah.
Well, I have a couple clients on there. I reached out to their family members and asked if it was okay.
Oh, that's nice. That's really sweet.
So mom came for the 9-year-old boy and she was happy, but
Yeah.
you know, crying. And so I would ask them like, what did your family member like, you know?
Yeah.
So like I got some of the things that they like one of our clients, I guess he loved pico de gallo and cilantro. So I
Yeah.
got him cilantro.
That's cool. Do you have pets on there too? Or is that always a separate table too? when
No,
they do
you
that?
can do it, but I
Okay.
didn't have any pets.
I saw
I'll
there was somewhere in town where someone set
My
up
niece had
for
4 pets
and I
too.
thought that was so
Yeah.
sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll take it down here
Oh,
soon.
you're fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so did some
All
brand.
right.
I had to educate the staff a little bit on that, but
Yeah.
they opted not
Oh.
to participate.
That's cool though. All right. Well, 7:49. I say we adjourn. I make a motion. Second. All in favor? Aye. We are adjourned. 7:49.